Oneness means that we must prioritize our spouse's needs over our own needs and over everyone else's needs. So do for your spouse what God did for you in Jesus, and the rest will follow. If you ask most people on the street why they desire to be married, they will describe their reason in terms of getting, and then contrast that with the biblical marriage, which is to be a relationship of giving. Giving ourselves to each other, looking for ways to meet each other's needs. Oneness is two co-equal persons with separate functions united by a covenant into one entity. They become a new unit, and this new unit, it takes precedence over the previous and future relationships. Wrong priorities is what causes lots of couples frustrations. When we put our parents or our children or even our work's needs regularly above our spouse's needs, that's when there's tension to the unity. Oneness means that we must prioritize our spouse's needs over our own needs and over everyone else's needs. Ephesians 5, it touches on this when it talks about submission, and I spoke from that passage about marriage a few years ago. And if you're interested, the message is on our sermons archive on our website. But I also said this that day. I said, husbands and wives, men and women, they have equal value. And the Bible is clear that in the beginning, both sexes were made in the image of God. They were endowed with different characteristics because both male and female, they express something different about God. The differences are complementary, not competitive. We can look to the Trinity of God to help us understand submission for equal persons. The oneness that's spoken about in Genesis for marriage is the same word that's used when speaking about God. In Deuteronomy 6, verse 4, it says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one." This shows us what God is like. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. They do not manipulate each other for their own ends. There is no conquest of unity by diversity or diversity by unity. The three are one and the one is three. In Ephesians 5, Paul shows us that even on earth, Jesus did not use his power to oppress us, but sacrificed everything to bring us into unity with him. So do for your spouse what God did for you in Jesus, and the rest will follow, because the gospel of Jesus and marriage explain one another. That was written by Tim Keller in his book, The Meaning of Marriage.